Aristotle, the philosopher who defined knowledge. Aristotle, a towering figure in ancient philosophy. He was a student of Plato, a teacher of Alexander the Great, and the founder of countless disciplines that still guide the way we think today. Known for his insatiable curiosity, Aristotle explored everything from metaphysics to biology, setting the stage for centuries of intellectual development. But who was this man who dared to seek answers to life's biggest questions? Let's dive into the remarkable story of Aristotle. The early life of Aristotle. A boy born for inquiry, Aristotle was born in 384 BC in Stagira, a small town in northern Greece. He came from a family with a medical background. His father, Nicomachus, served as the court physician to the king of Macedon. This early exposure to science and medicine likely ignited Aristotle's lifelong fascination with the natural world. Unfortunately, Aristotle lost both his parents at a young age. He was then raised by a guardian, Proxenus, who ensured he received a proper education. As a child, Aristotle was known for his keen observational skills and endless curiosity about the world around him. At the age of 17, Aristotle moved to Athens, the intellectual hub of Greece, to study at Plato's academy. Under Plato's mentorship, he developed his philosophical foundation, though he didn't always agree with his teacher's ideas. This willingness to challenge even his greatest influences hinted at the independent thinker Aristotle would become. Aristotle as an adult. The teacher, scientist, and philosopher. After spending 20 years at Plato's academy, Aristotle left Athens following Plato's death. He traveled extensively, eventually landing in Macedon, where he was hired to tutor the young Alexander the Great. This role gave Aristotle a direct connection to power and politics, influencing the future ruler of one of the largest empires in history. In 335 BCE, Aristotle returned to Athens and founded his own school, the Lyceum. Unlike Plato's academy, which focused on abstract philosophy, the Lyceum emphasized empirical observation and practical knowledge. Aristotle's approach was groundbreaking. He believed in studying the natural world through observation and logic, rather than relying solely on abstract reasoning. Aristotle's writings covered an astonishing range of subjects, including biology, ethics, politics, metaphysics, rhetoric, and even theater. He dissected animals to understand their anatomy, analyzed governments to determine the best forms of rule, and crafted works on logic that became the basis for scientific reasoning for centuries. But Aristotle wasn't without challenges. His close association with Alexander the Great made him a political target later in life. When anti-Macedonian sentiment rose in Athens, Aristotle was accused of impiety, a charge that had led to Socrates' execution. Rather than face trial, Aristotle chose exile, famously saying he wouldn't let Athens sin twice against philosophy. Aristotle's legacy. Shaping the foundations of knowledge, Aristotle's contributions to human knowledge are unparalleled. His method of systematic inquiry became the cornerstone of scientific thought. He classified plants and animals, introduced formal logic, and laid the groundwork for the study of ethics and politics. His ideas dominated Western thought for nearly 2 millennia, influencing medieval scholars, Renaissance thinkers, and even modern scientists. The concepts of the golden mean in ethics, the classification of government types, and the importance of empirical evidence can all be traced back to Aristotle. Beyond his intellectual achievements, Aristotle's teachings shaped the development of Western education. His Lyceum became a model for research-based institutions, blending theoretical and practical learning. 10 questions everyone asks about Aristotle. Who was Aristotle? Aristotle was a Greek philosopher, scientist, and teacher. He was a student of Plato and later became the tutor of Alexander the Great. What is Aristotle best known for? Aristotle is best known for founding the Lyceum, developing formal logic, and his writings on philosophy, ethics, and science. Where was Aristotle born? Aristotle was born in 384 BC in Stagira, a town in northern Greece. What did Aristotle study? Aristotle studied a wide range of subjects, including biology, metaphysics, ethics, politics, rhetoric, and theater. What was Aristotle's philosophy? Aristotle believed in using empirical observation and logical reasoning to understand the world. Unlike Plato, he focused on studying the physical world rather than abstract ideals. What is Aristotle's golden mean? The golden mean is Aristotle's ethical concept of finding balance between extremes. For example, courage is the mean between recklessness and cowardice. What is Aristotle's connection to Alexander the Great? Aristotle tutored Alexander the Great during his teenage years, teaching him philosophy, politics, and military strategy. What did Aristotle contribute to science? Aristotle laid the groundwork for biology by classifying plants and animals. He also developed methods of observation and logical reasoning that influenced scientific thought. Why did Aristotle leave Athens? Aristotle left Athens to avoid persecution for impiety. This decision came after rising anti-Macedonian sentiment following Alexander the Great's death. What is Aristotle's legacy? Aristotle's legacy lies in his profound influence on philosophy, science, and education. His ideas continue to shape how we understand the world and approach knowledge. Aristotle was more than just a philosopher. He was a pioneer, a teacher, and a seeker of truth. His life and work remind us of the boundless potential of human curiosity. Even today, Aristotle's ideas challenge us to think critically and explore the world with an open mind.